Parshas T'zaveh. Where is Moshe Rabbeinu? You look throughout the entire sedra, we can't find his name anywhere. He's omitted from this parsha. From the time that Moshe Rabbeinu was born in Parshas Shmos until right before his death in Parshas Osa, every single parsha in the Torah is filled with Moshe Rabbeinu. V'adaber Hashem Moshe Lemor, v'yom Hashem Elosh Moshe Lemor. Moshe Rabbeinu is everywhere, except for one place, Parshas T'zaveh. The question is why? Says the Baal Turim, it was an einish for Moshe Rabbeinu. Why? Because when he was begging for the Bnei Shalom to be Moichel Klal Yisrael by the Egel, he was begging that Hashem should forgive the Jewish people. And he said to them, if you can carry their chet, fine. If not, erase from the book that you have written. Moshe Rabbeinu put his entire legacy, his entire future of being in the Torah, didn't want it if Bnei Shalom could not be Moichel Klal Yisrael. That's how much he loved the Jewish people. Says the Gemara in Makis, Amr B'Yavo, Kilis Chochma Afil Al Tanai, Hibo. That when a Chochma makes a klala, even if it's Al Tanai, even if it's conditional, it will come. Menolin, Me'eli. We see from Eli to Chomer Lei. Eli said to Shmuel, when Shmuel was told by the Bnei Shalom that Eli's house would be removed from the leadership of Klal Yisrael forever. So he said to Shmuel, Eli, he said, Kol Yaseh L'chei Elokim v'Kol Yosef. He should do this to Hashem. Hashem should punish you. If you withhold anything from me. Eli wanted to know everything the Rebbeinu Shem said to Shmuel. And even though the pasuk says, Shmuel told Eli everything. He told him everything Hashem said. He didn't withhold anything. Still it says, that Shmuel's children did not follow in his way. Just the same way that Eli's children did follow in his path, so Shmuel's children did not follow in his path. And the klala that Eli gave to Shmuel, even though it was al tanai, even though it was conditional on the fact that Shmuel would not tell him everything that the Rebbeinu Shalom said, nonetheless it was fulfilled. Says the Baal Turim, that's what happened by Moshe Rabbeinu. Even though Moshe Rabbeinu said, if you'll be moichel them, then fine, and if not, take me out of your sefer. And the Rebbeinu Shalom was moichel them. Nonetheless, since Moshe Rabbeinu made a klala on himself, he made a curse upon himself, and it was al tanai, it was conditional. Nonetheless, the Gemara says when a chacham makes such a klala, when a wise person makes such a curse, even if it's conditional, it will come true anyway. So the question is like this. We see from the Maisa with Eli and Shmuel that when a curse is given to another person, that curse will come true even if it's conditional. However, when it comes to a person cursing himself, there's another idea entirely. And that's what we need to explore. The pasuk says in Tehillim, Hashem tzilcha yam minecha. Hashem tzilcha, he's a tzel. What's a tzel? So we see in Parshas Shlach, when the Ribbono Shel Olam was about to give Klal Yisrael the einish for everything they did, for the Lashon Hara they told about Eretz Yisrael. And the Psukim tell us that the people cried when they heard the report, and Kalev and Yoshua and Kalev came and they said, the Rebbeinu Hashem, he wants to take us, he'll take us. He'll take us there. But don't rebel against him. Don't be afraid. They're like our bread. And the Rebbeinu will take away their protection. This Lashon Seil Pashtus it means a protection. It means protection. Hashem is going to protect you. However, Ali Shur, Revolba has a different shot in Hashem Tzilcha. Says the Ali Shur, Hashem Tzilcha doesn't mean protection, it means a shadow. If a person will stick out his finger in the sun, then the shadow will come upon him, and you'll have the shadow of a finger. If he'll spread out his entire hand, the sun will come on his hand, and the shadow will be a hand. Kach masha adim marab avodasa, whatever a person shows in his avodah, ma'oris as hashgocha v'shmir al yonalav. A person's hashgocha is going to be contingent upon his avodah. When he's avodah a certain way, so Hashem is like a tzil. Hashem tzilcha, Hashem is like a shadow. What you do will be reflected back upon you. How does the Ali Yishur know such a pshat? How does he know that Hashem tzilcha doesn't mean protection, but rather it means to be a shadow or reflection? So we take a look a little more in Brachas and Daf Samach. The Gemara tells us the following Maisa. Toner Rabbanan, Maisa behil azokin shohaya ba bederech. Hillel was going on the way. V'shoma called tzvacha be'ir. He heard a cry in the city. Omar, he said, Muvtach ani shein bo zeh betoch beisi. I'm certain that this doesn't come from my house. V'olav akasav Omar, and here the pasuk says, and tell him, mishmur ra lo yira. From a shmur ra, a person will not be afraid. From a bad tiding, a person won't be afraid. Nochel liba betuach b'Hashem. When his heart is nochon, is correct, betuach, and trusting in Hashem. Amar Rava, kol heicha the darsha lahai, whichever we darsha in the pasuk, mireisha l'seifo, madrash. You can darsha from the beginning of the pasuk to the end of the pasuk. Miseifa l'reisha, madrash. You can darsha from the end to the beginning. What does that mean? Mireisha l'seifo, madrash. You darshan from the front to the beginning. Mishmur ra, from mishmur ra lo yira. You shouldn't be afraid. Matam. Why shouldn't you be afraid from a bad tiding? Because your heart is full of betoch with Hashem. Madras, and the other way also. When a person is fully trusting Hashem, what does this mean? Says Rav Wolbe, Hillel Zaken knew that the degree, the depth, the strength of his betochim with dveikuso, and his dveikus to Ribono Shel Olam, hichnes also limdor shel shmir el yoina. The betochin itself put him in a different matzav, that he would have a different shmira. He would be protected differently because of his betochin. V'lo haya yer mishmur ra, because his betochin was such a Ribono Shel Olam wouldn't do anything bad to him. That itself protected him. Nothing would happen. From here we learn an entirely new idea. When a person has complete dveikus in betochin Ribono Shel Olam, mora shmira shamayla. The shmira, the protection the person has, comes as a result as a betochin. Not that she's moteach, that something bad shouldn't happen, and he hopes it won't. But the betochin itself will be a protection. The Ramban elucidates upon this idea. The Ramban says in the pasuk, when it tells us in the pasuk in Parshas Vayera that after the Malachim had come to Avram Avinu and informed him he was going to have a child, and then they left to go to Sodom to destroy Sodom. So Ribono Shel Olam came to Avram Avinu and he said, I'm not going to hide from Avram Avinu the destruction of Sodom. Why? He's a great and mighty nation. And all the nations of the world will be blessed in. Because I know I know he will command his family afterwards. He's going to do exactly what I want him to do. What's this word yadativ? Ki yadativ, Rashi learns lashon chibah. It's a lashon yediyah. It's a chibah. It's a love. Says the Ramban more than that. Says the Ramban, yediyah bo mamish, meaning what? Yirmas. It's to give a remis, a hint. Ki yediyas Hashem shehi ashgocha so ba'olam hashafel hi lishmor haklolim v'gam b'nei adam. Yediyah is referring to the hashgocha, to the providence Hashem rules over His world. Munochim bo lemikrim, the regular people, klolim, the min, the human race in general, and b'nei adam, particular people, individuals. They are put in situations until whatever will result from that situation will result. So the Hashgocha is that Ribono Shel Olam knows what's going on with them. But Chasidov, what is Chasidov? The ones who are on such a high level of Chasidus, the ones who are very close to Hashem, He's dealing with them in an individual way. Not just that He's watching them individually, but His shmira is clinging to them always. And the yediyah and the schira, the fact that he knows this shmira and this remembering them never leaves them. Hashem is always with them to protect them. He like never goes away from his tzaddik. His eyes never go away. Rabban says the Ramban, many psukim Hashem el Yireyav. The eyes of Hashem are always on his Yireyav. Says the Ramban, an incredible thing, that there's two types of hashkochas in the world. One Hashem is mashgiach on the bria. He knows exactly what's going on, and he watches, and he's involved to whatever happens to people. That's for regular people. But for his tzaddikim, for his chasidim, for the yirei of the ones who fear him, who are close to him, who are dovik in him, the hashkoch is not only that he knows what's happening, he's guiding what's happening to protect them from any ra. And that's the pshat in the Gemara in Brachas by Hillel. Hillel had such a betochen that nothing bad would happen in his house. How did he know? He didn't know. But he knew something else. He knew that he trusted in Hashem to such a degree that trust, that betochen itself, would make it that nothing would happen. That becomes a shmira. So it comes out from here that the pshat Hashem tzilcha, like Rav Volba said, from this Gemara, Hashem tzilcha, that Hashem is going to be the tzeil. Not just he's going to protect, he's going to be the reflection. Meaning, when a person's betochen is on such a madrega, it's not just that Hashem's going to protect them, Hashem's going to make the shmir never happens. And this is not schar v'einish. This is not just that the person did a mitzvah, he did a ma'aseh tov and gets rewarded for it. It's more than that. It's more than being rewarded for his ma'aseh tov. It's that the betochen makes it that he's so connected to Hashem, he's so dovik on Hashem, that the shmira is a function of the chibur, of the dvekas he has in Hashem. It's not just Hashem is going to reward him for what he did. Hashem is so connected to him that nothing will ever happen to him. That's the level of shmira. That's the level of what betochen can do. So really, it comes out we have a choice. What type of hashkocha do we want? Do we want the hashkocha of the vast majority of the world, that Hashem will know exactly what's going on with us? Or we want the hashkocha that Hashem is going to protect us? But we only get that when we decide to have betochen azam adrega on such a level that itself will give us the shmira that we all look for.